up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel. The second channel is popping, aka the Real Super Mario, aka YouTube's greatest fat man, bringing you another video here. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to cover today. I know it's been a little while since I did the news videos. So you know, news is accumulated. So we have some actual Switch 2 news. All right, actually from Nintendo, from the Nintendo board meeting or whatever they had recently. We've got Riddler Q talking about what could have been some potential Legends ZA information, as well as more Pokemon and non-Pokemon related stuff today. So of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all the good stuff that YouTube requires you to do. Continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. Alright, so moving on to more leaked information from the Teraleak, we have Central Pokemon leaks. And it says all the scrapped Alolan forms. So there was supposed to be more Alolan forms back in Generation 7. I guess they scrapped these for whatever reason. So we have an Electric Rock Rhyhorn, which, to be honest, I think that would have been pretty cool. Because I actually like the Rhydon line. You know, the Rhyhorn, Rhyperior, Rhydon line. So I think making them Electric Rock over the Geodude line would have been cooler, at least for me anyway. Alright, so then we had Water Fairy, a Seal. So Seal, that would have been kind of cool. I mean, because Seal is one of those Pokemon that hasn't really gotten, the Seal Dugong line hasn't gotten anything as far as like new gimmicks or regionals or anything. I mean, because even Rhyhorn, you know, got the regional evolution in Rhyperior, alright, back in Generation 4. Seal and Dugong have got nothing, okay? Just think about this. Seal and Dugong, same thing with Starmie and Staryu, have got nothing. Scyther got multiple evolutions, alright? You know, he's got the rock one, and he's got the steel one. He's got Omega. He got everything. Scyther's got everything. Alright, these two got nothing. Alright, Scyther right there. Bug Fairy. So Scyther was about to get yet another form. That's crazy, dog. Somebody likes Scyther in Game Freak. That's somebody's favorite Pokemon. Alright, and a Fighting Snorlax. Fighting Snorlax would have been pretty cool. Alright, it would have been like a Nikocado Avocado Snorlax, like the skinny mode. You would have had like the fat Snorlax. Then you would have had like Fighting Snorlax would be like a buff Snorlax, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that would have been kind of cool. Honestly, that would have been kind of cool. They should do that one. Alright, Fighting Snorlax should be in like Legends ZA. Alright, so first up we have Riddler Q. So Riddler Q had dropped this picture of, it looks like the Legends ZA logo on the back of some kind of packaging. And he says, should have been promoted this month, and so much happened unexpectedly. So basically saying that there should have been some sort of promotion for Pokemon Legends ZA this month, probably a trailer, but we didn't get that probably because of all the leaks and stuff going on, and they don't want to get it to get overshadowed by, you know, people reading the daggone Hisuian Typhlosion story or something stupid like that, you know. Now, where he got this from was actually a bag of chips in Japan that was doing like promotions for Pokemon, or maybe this is like some kind of Pokemon chips or what have you, that was in Japan, and on the back it had this logo with this scan thing, which probably takes you to like the website or whatever. So he's saying that there should have been some promotion for this. So more than likely, if we don't get any promotion next month or maybe later this month, we're probably not going to get anything until Pokemon Day. So you can just kind of hang it up, you know. Alright, so we get to the big Switch 2 information. Alright, so if you don't know, the big like financial briefing happened with Nintendo on election day. So everything was happening, all kind of crazy stuff was going on, and Nintendo was talking about their earnings and whatnot over in Japan. So news has been filtering out about what happened at that earnings call, and one of the big things is President Furukawa of Nintendo announced big information about the Switch 2. So he said, "This is Furukawa. At today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced that Nintendo software will be playable on the successor of the Switch, Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the success.
Oh, you almost had it.
Why can't I say this word today? On the successor to the Nintendo Switch as well. Further information about the successor to Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date. Bro, they put Nintendo Switch in there so many times, bro. So basically, this confirms backwards compatibility, not only with software, but also with Nintendo Switch Online itself. So any like apps that you've gotten from NSO are applicable. So any NSO games that you play are applicable. You can play those on the Switch too, which is massive news, because this is something that a lot of people were concerned about the Switch not being backwards compatible. Switch 2 not being backwards compatible with the Switch. Personally, I didn't think this was going to be an issue. They would literally be insane to leave the tens of millions of people high in the lurch by not letting them play their games on Switch 2. Not to mention the freaking library of Switch games is crazy. Like, why would you leave that perfectly good built-in library, you know what I'm saying, just to start all over again? Especially when you have similar tech, like as far as like the Joy-Cons and the Switch 2 cards. Like, there's no reason to not have backwards compatibility. So this is huge. That's confirmed. And of course, we'll eventually get more information on the Switch 2 at a later date. So, more from Furukawa. So, Nintendo President Furukawa says he doesn't believe the knowledge that the Switch 2 successor is coming will impact Switch holiday sales. He noted that Switch is in its 8th year, so it's not going to have much of an impact on customers. I don't know about this one. Mainly because, I mean, people will still buy the Switch, but I think if they know the Switch 2 is coming, I don't think they're gonna want to buy a Switch. All right, because I mean, I'm saying, like, you know, if I needed to buy, I already have a Switch. You know, I already got my Switch, so I'm good. I got an OG. You know what I'm saying? Generation 1 jet. You know, but I mean, if I was somebody that was looking to buy a Switch, I would tell people, like, if you can find it on the cheap, then go ahead and buy it. But I mean, they're about to make another one. You might as well wait until they make especially now that it's backwards compatible, you might as well wait until the new one comes out and then get it. And then, you know, that way you can have like this massive library of games, you know. But if you really want one, hop on in, by all means. It's one of the best systems out there. But yeah, not to mention market saturation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Market saturation is a thing. So not many more people don't have Switches. You know what I'm saying? Most people that want one got one. So we got more from from Mr. Furukawa. He says, while we don't rule out the possibility of further mergers and acquisitions, our priority is to organically expand the organization so that new staff members are able to fully learn and understand our creative culture. A big reason why Nintendo is successful. So basically, this is talking about acquisitions, and you see the acquisitions that Nintendo have made recently. Like, you see, like, the stuff from the past, like, you know, Retro, Monolith Soft, you know, the different, you know, studios integrated into Nintendo, and then some of the new stuff like SRD, Next Level Games, Shiver, which I hear that Next Level Games and Shiver are going to be like porting houses. They're going to like port things to Switch 2 or whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, because look at what Sony and Microsoft have done with their acquisitions. It's been very hit or miss. All right, Sony, I mean, they made some good purchases, but a lot of them have been kind of missed. I mean, look at what just happened to Firewalk Studios. Didn't they pay like, I don't know how many $100 million to get that company, and then they just killed it after what, making one game? You know, don't even get me started with Microsoft. Microsoft they done stepped on so many rakes with their series of acquisitions. It's just insane. You know, it's just crazy. So maybe Nintendo is smart. All right, so we back to Pokemon. So we got Switch Stealth. He says, so the Pokemon Company has definitely sold over 100 million units of software on the Switch, and that's just on the Switch. All right, that's not like period. That's on one console. Okay, think about it. All those people that, oh, Pokemon dead, man. Pokemon dead. Pokemon dead, man. Oh man, low red street. Pokemon dead. Pokemon dead. Oh, look, it's a glitch in the game. Pokemon dead. Like 100 million units, one system. Okay, and look, and here's the thing. Look at the numbers. Look. What you see on this list of numbers here? You see Legends Arceus at the bottom, under BDSP, cuz. Everybody talk all that lip about BDSP. Guess where Legends Arceus at? On the bottom. Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna make that Legends Arceus video. I'm gonna make that one. I mean, we got so much information on it now about what they were trying to do and the changes. That video is gonna be interesting, bro. So we get on over to Overwatch. So we have Overwatch Cavalry, and they said it's almost time to get freaky. The OWCS World Finals will provide details on the exclusive Overwatch 2 Season 14 developer update on November 22nd. So basically, we're going to get some details on Season 14. Probably that weekend, we're probably also going to get like a test run for Freak or whoever the new tank happens to be. That's probably what's going to happen. We're probably going to get that test run on the 22nd, so that's going to be pretty interesting. So more concrete Pokemon information. We have Joe Merrick, and he has some information on Pokemon Works. So if you don't know what Pokemon Works is a development studio that was set up under ILCA with collaboration from the Pokemon Company. So basically like another studio. Joe says the website for Pokemon Works, the company set up by ILCA and the Pokemon Company, is now live. Basically confirms that they're working on Pokemon Home, which ILCA maintains, though they may develop other things in the future. So basically, ILCA, they've been maintaining Pokemon Home, and this new studio, Pokemon Works, could be just to do that. More than likely, it's going to be one of two things. Either one, they're going to be a support studio, which means that they will do support work for Game Freak, which is good because they'll take some of the work off their plate so they can get the games out faster without sacrificing the quality. They won't rush the games out because they have more work, more people working with them. Or this is actually a full-blown, completely different studio that's going to be working on the projects that ILCA would normally work on, which would be like remakes, stuff like Gen 5 remake, or maybe if they decide to do something with Generation 2, which has been a rumor for a while. So the next story we have here is not exactly Pokemon related. We have Discussing Film says that Star Wars episodes 10 through 12 are reportedly in the works. Simon Kinberg is writing the trilogy, although some insiders think it may start a new saga instead. Now, all the Culture Warriors right now, they're doing the Birdman hands. Or at least they should be, because they know they're about to make some mad money, because full well every Culture Warrior worth his salt is going to make 5 different videos about why this movie sucks or why these movies suck before we get a second of footage from any of them. Alright, full well by the time a trailer comes out, there will be approximately 137 videos about why this trilogy sucks. You know that, full well. Now, as far as my opinion on it, I think it's an interesting idea. I think what they should do is they should just cut their losses and start a brand new trilogy. Alright, don't bring in Rey. As much as I like Rey as a character, they ruined her as far as the writing goes. Don't bring in Rey. Don't bring in any of the stuff from the sequel trilogy. Start a new franchise. Not a franchise, but a new saga with new characters, new story. Maybe a different part of the galaxy. Don't go to Tatooine. All right. I swear, if I see a desert planet, I'm spazzing. Okay. All right. No more desert planets. I want to see trees, green mountains. Okay. Snow. All right. I want the opposite of desert. Okay. but more than likely, that they're probably gonna try to extend the sequel trilogy or go past that. You know, try to remedy it by painting over it essentially. Because the rumor has it is what they're gonna do is Rey is gonna be the Obi-Wan to like, you know, kids or whatever, which I guess if that's what you want to do. Personally, I think I would avoid Rey at all costs because they really hate Rey. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, so we move on to the 4chan text dump of the evening. So, of course, you know that with 4chan, these are rumors. They're kind of leaks, but they're kind of rumors. You know what I'm saying? You have to take them with a grain of salt, which is why... No. So we move on to the 4chan text dump. Now, before we get into our text dump of the evening, I would just like to inform you that this is 4chan, okay? Alright, so 4chan is known for its trolls and its fake leaks. Sometimes 4chan can be spot on, sometimes not. So I recommend using today's sponsor before indulging in these leaks.
Oh, you almost had it.
Protecting you from unflavored food as well as wounds and unsubstantiated internet rumors from 4chan for thousands of years. Take it with a grain of salt so you won't be salty. All right, take it with a grain of salt, baby. We're gonna roll on into this one. So, I found this one on Twitter. So somebody else actually had this one, and it says release date currently not postponed. Currently scheduled to release early June. The starters will be Gen 6 starters. All will receive megas. Game takes place 25 years before the events of X and Y, which I think is kind of interesting. But if they take place 25 years before X and Y, that means that they could definitely use something that wasn't the Gen 6 starters. I mean, because one of the reasons why, well, I guess technically the reason why Legends RCS did that was because it was so far back in the past. So maybe that's why they wouldn't use they would still use the Legends the Generation 6 starters here, but I kind of want different starters. I don't have anything against the Gen 6 starters, but I kind of want different starters though. You know, I kind of like the idea that Legends Arceus had, giving starters a new lease on life. You know what I'm saying? 15 new Mega Evolutions, including Dragonite, the starters, Crocodile, Sunflora, to name a few. So that's the second time I've seen the Sunflora mentioned as a Mega. Alright, I don't know why people want Mega Sunflora. Maybe it's because of that like leaked beta like flower dragon thing that had been floating around. But I don't know. I'm kind of warming up to it. Alright, because I think one thing that Megas do is, again, give these kind of like older Pokemon a new lease on life. You know what I'm saying? You know, it gives them, you know, new use in the game. You know, look at what it did for, look at what happened with Pinsir. Pinsir, won't nobody using Pinsir before. Come on now. Won't nobody outside of like somebody doing like a mono bug team was using Pinsir. And then Mega Pinsir came out, and then Pinsir was all over like Gen 7, Gen 6 competitive. Alright, because Aerial 8 was crazy. Aerial 8 Mega Pinsir was crazy back in the day, bro. So it'd be cool to see Sunflora get some treatment like that. Not to mention, Dragonite and Crocodile don't seem to be too bad either. Like, Dragonite, Crocodile, Flygon gotta get one. Come on now. Don't leave my boy out. He is the uncrowned Mega. Alright, give him what he deserves. Alright, so protagonist names are Adam and Chol, or Chloe. I never know how to say that name. One rival in the game. Evil Team is trying to take over the redevelopment plan to use it to capture the new legendary. Rayquaza and Zeraora have big roles in the story. AZ does not return. Eternal Floette does not return, because of course, why would Eternal Floette come back if AZ is not involved? Like, those two are kind of locked. You know, their story is kind of intertwined, so you can't really have one without the other. So, you know, early purchase bonus is a unique costume through mystery gift, which I mean, that's not even really a leak. That's kind of a prediction. Like, I mean, they've been doing the like, you know, you get some kind of swag from pre-order. They've been doing that for a while now. I think they did it in Legends Arceus. Isn't one of the masks you get in Legends Arceus like a pre-order bonus? Game takes place 40 hours. Game takes around 40 hours to complete. 150 plus side quests. That's cap. Alright, 150 side quests in a Pokemon game? Come on, dog. Look, I have a lot of faith in Game Freak, okay, but I know that Game Freak has an aversion to working really hard. Okay? Alright, and I don't think they're going to put 150 side quests in a game. Bro, that's crazy. That's like upper tier RPG levels of side quests, okay? I mean, if it is in the game, I'll take it. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's too long. Like, nah, I'm just gonna like go through them just slowly. It might take me a month or two because of other stuff I'm doing, but hey, I'll take it. But I don't think they're gonna do that though. Especially not in like a big main line. Well, the Legends games are kind of mainline games. So, Shiny, Sparkle, and Sound is back, but that has already been leaked. Outbreaks returned, and that's all for now. So this so far doesn't seem too bad. Like, it seems pretty feasible. The only thing that kind of got me with this one is the 150 side quests. That seems like a lot for Game Freak. All right, I don't think they feel like doing all that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. So we move on to Comment Corner, where I look at your comments. Yes, I see all of them. And I talk about some of them in this video. So we have Holly HR3XD. Okay. She says, lol, they say, lol, the thumbnail is a screenshot of Poke Park 2. So, yeah, I got. Okay. Alright. So, last time I did the Poke Oku leaks, and he had this weird screenshot of, like, Pikachu and, like, Snivy. And, you know, I've been covering the Poke Oku leaks for a while now, and it looks like we finally got to the point where Poke Oku is probably trolling us for a long time. I got. Alright, it was going to happen eventually, okay? Alright, so I cannot confirm if this is from Power Park 2, but I've heard a couple people tell me this, that Pocket Oku is basically just trolling, so it is what it is. Your boy got. It was bound to happen eventually. So we have DB Game 780. It says, I still hope the starters are Snivy, Litten, and Piplup. Liston could also be Score Bunny. So I actually think that Snivy, Litten, Piplup combo is actually a pretty good combo. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, Piplup is in there, which means that we're going to get either a Mega or a Regional Empoleon. And, you know, I'm all over that. All right, Empoleon is freaking epic tier, S tier Pokemon in my opinion. If you don't believe me, check out the tier list video. Alright, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, alright, I think Litten is interesting. I mean, we'll get another, Incineroar, which, I mean, you know, I guess so. I guess Incineroar hasn't terrorized competitive enough. Now it's going to get an alternate, like a regional form or a Mega or something. And Snivy can be in there because I think Snivy does need a second chance. So I like this. I like this set. You are Ahayu 8991 says you are prime Unk material. Oh Lord. You know what? Wait till I find out how to ban people on here. Alright, I'm gonna start banning some people. Go ahead, call me Unk if you want to. Alright, I've been nice for years. So we got the OFC Media, friend of the channel, by the way. He says, my expectations for the newest Pokemon game is a Concord level of quality. I still expect them to sell over 20 million units solely based on brand loyalty. Ooh, he throwing shots. That man throwing shots in my comment section, you know. So I don't know about Concord level. I mean, because Concord itself was not a bad game per se, at least from what I saw. From what I saw, things looked pretty tight. I don't know if there was any like crazy bugs or something with it. It probably was, But the gameplay and the graphics look pretty tight. The problem with Concord is, one, it was another hero shooter, and people just hate hero shooters. And two, the characters were just soulless. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. I tried to like get with these characters and tried to get over like all the online backlash and the anti-woke blah blah blah. But these character designs are terrible. Okay, they are soulless character designs, man. It's like high-res sci-fi noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them they tried, like the main green dude, like they tried to make him look cool, and he does look cool, but it's missing that heart that you have from something like an Overwatch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It just, I don't know. I don't think that the next Pokemon game is going to be that bad. I think it's going to be a bit better than Scarlet and Violet, but my expectations are not higher than that, though. I think it's going to be a little bit better than Scarlet and Violet, but with the limitations of the Switch and just the, what they have to do with the game, big open world and all that other kind of stuff, I'm not expecting anything massive, a massive jump over Scarlet and Violet. I don't think we're going to get anything better than that until Generation 10. Now, Generation 10, if Generation 10 is not peak, then we have a problem, okay? Then there's a problem, all right? You can start ringing the alarm bells at that point. But that's about it for this. So, of course, we want to continue getting videos like from me. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, people, keep it real.